Hey viewers, this is Cameron here from the Rocket Punch team, at least one half of the Rocket Punch team here. Excited to try and jump into something new. Well, it's sort of new. We've done it a long time ago, but now we're kind of jumping back into it here. We're going to have a quick look. See about bringing quick looks back here. Quick look is kind of our way of looking at games, maybe up and coming games and kind of stuff that's new, coming out soon, something to that effect, and then kind of getting a chance to test it out and kind of give our impressions on it, let you guys know what we think of it, and kind of give you guys a glimpse or check out of how the game is playing, what we think about the game so far. So let's jump in here.
Welcome to the Objective Control Game Mode tutorial. Capturing and holding objectives increases your team's score. This shows the time remaining until objectives activate. Wait for the objective to activate. Now stand on the objective to capture it.
So this is pretty nice here. One of the things I really liked is you jumping in, and I think it does a really good job of showing you how to play the game. I'm hoping, and I'm pretty sure that this is going to be in the main game, but I think this is a really good job of kind of just easing you in and letting you know, hey, this is how the game's going to be played, kind of giving new players in an easy way to jump into the tutorials and play it. I think they did. I think they did an alright job with showing people how to play this. As you kind of see, and as we'll come up here in a little bit when we start learning about abilities, it does recommend that you play this game with the controller. I played this on PC. I thought I was going to use a keyboard and mouse, but they insisted and almost required that you use a controller to play this. And I definitely have to say, after playing through the tutorial, that using a controller felt a lot easier. There are not that many buttons to press, but I think having the controller on there felt a lot easier and a little bit more natural than potentially what keyboard and mouse would be. But again, I haven't played on the keyboard and mouse. I'm curious to see if they'll have be having that support in when it launches. I'm sure they will. You guys can see where I'm in the tutorial. You're playing the goth robot looking guy is Nidhogger. He breathes flames. This guy walking up on the point here is Demon. They kind of cool graffiti ninja guy. Oh my god. The lady who's talking to you, I cannot remember her name. Cool. I think it's kind of a very nice way of showing you how contesting points work and capturing objectives when you're playing on the maps in real game. I think it does a pretty good job of teaching you how to do that here. But not too bad at all.
Well done! Remember, the key to victory is to hold as many objectives as possible and win team fights.
Training's complete, and they actually have like a quest system, and that was awesome, Nidhogger. Awesome. They kind of walk you through the first 2 or 3 training tutorials. They recommend you do those first to kind of teach you how to play the game beforehand. But that's kind of a quick tutorial of the game here. Let's jump in to some other areas here in the game. Okay, so we're back at the main screen here. There's a lot more training modules, definitely cool and helpful when you're playing the game. I definitely encourage you to jump into those before you start actually playing. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to flip over here and jump into an actual fight so you guys can kind of see how that goes. And it's proper, because I was like really itching to I gotta jump into a fight here. And the mode we're gonna show you here, the beta showed 2 different modes. We're gonna show you objective control, kind of what we saw from the tutorial earlier. I'm gonna play, as you guys can see, Zero Cool. Looks like the cool little tech geek nerd guy on the hover bike, floating around. He's a support character, and as people who don't know, I'm really drawn especially to games like this, like hero shooters, quote unquote. Really trying out support heroes, and so he was the one through pretty much the entire beta that I played as, and his abilities are pretty cool. As we go through the match here, I'll kind of walk you guys through some of the abilities that I was able to use to show it all for you. So we're waiting, of course, 10 seconds. Okay, getting hyped up here. But like, as you guys saw probably from the character screen, a lot of different characters and people to play as, supports, tanks, damage dealers, whatnot. So one of these modes, I didn't mention it earlier, so everybody has a hoverboard mode that allows you to move across the map very quickly. So these maps felt very big, and at first I was like, man, these are kind of big maps here. But then realizing, okay, you can use that hover mode, especially as objectives move around. That way you can get to places a lot faster if you need to. So what I'm using right now, Zero Cool, is he has a heal beam. Basically, is once I tap Y, he'll actually I can target a person and keep a beam on them, keep him healed. What I just threw down right there is called his firewall. So basically, for a couple of seconds, it protects us. It's a great kind of zoning move that you can use if you or other people are caught between multiple enemies. And then that move that you're seeing right there is like a turret. He puts this little 16-bit turret on either on friendly allies or yourself, and it kind of does some additional damage and helps protect your allies from getting damaged. So definitely like a little bit. I initially thought this was going to be like, yeah, I'm gonna die here. Bam, I'm dead. Still learning how to play, but initially I was thinking this is going to be somewhat Overwatchy, and it is Overwatch-like in, I think, how the characters play, but I saw some comments online, and this really attributes itself to being like a MOBA, which, if you've listened to the Rock Punch cast, or Rock Punch show at all, you know I've never played MOBAs, never have played a MOBA, probably never will. This might be the closest I get to it. But a lot of people said this felt more akin to MOBAs in the style of play, because and probably just because Overwatch felt more first-person-esque, but it has a similar flow and feel to it. Kind of see where I think that might have been like the one time that I die, where we're slowly starting to get the teamwork down here. Oh, okay, he escaped, and I think it's like, oh no, he came back. See, you'll learn in this match, Demon here on the enemy team was really smart, and he knew I was the healer, and he kept going after me a lot, while the rest of his team were not doing anything. And that, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that hurts them in the end, but we'll definitely find out here. And as you guys can see, if you're looking on the map in the top right-hand screen, at different intervals, like, the points will open up, so sometimes it'll be all the points, sometimes it'll just be one of the points, and it's not just like making sure you grab that one point, but also moving around the map. So that's why I think a lot of people are saying it's very MOBA-like in that aspect. I always forget that you have to have stamina in order to protect it. But yeah, as you guys saw, the firewall we put up there kind of helped get me out of that scenario with Demon. And then we're about to take... Oh, somebody take Makuto out while the Demon's coming to get me. Ooh, he almost got me. Okay, they took Makuto. Okay, I used my ultimate there. So one thing that you guys probably saw at the character selection screen is each character has 2 different types of ultimates that you can use, and you pick those before each match. And I picked the one where when I use it, any allies within range get additional armor. I think the other one that Zero Cool has is like a 1-up. If within 8 seconds of activation, if an ally dies, they'll automatically be revived with the 1-up perk there. Okay, who here? She's new, and I didn't catch her name, but it's the bird lady. She's supposed to be heavy damage, but she has low health. But I mean, definitely a beta. You see a lot of the. Like, I think there's some audio cues and whatnot. You hear the voices and stuff, but I would imagine during gameplay you might hear some like music in the background. And I may be totally off on that. She's there. We're slowly getting the feel of it. I think our group here slowly getting an understanding on how the gameplay is working and how the flow's working. Oh, there somebody was using Buttercup, as I learned in some other matches. Buttercup is very tough, and if you have a good Buttercup player, they can take you down pretty easily. So as you can see there as well, like, so that point C, A and C are actually moving around in this course, but B is the only static one. So we grabbed C, and I definitely, once I started figuring out the game, I did my best to try and pay attention to where those were moving out, and then kind of keeping an eye out for other allies and whatnot. But the game definitely tells you and encourages you, especially through the tutorials, to, hey, stay as a team. If you stay grouped up and stay as a team, you have a better chance of survival. And kind of, as you can see, there's Buttercup giving me the business here. It definitely makes a difference if you have your allies with you as opposed to when you're just kind of on a one-off or alone. Kind of now we're poking around. You guys kind of see the map. You can see us. You can see them. And again, as I said, the points move around because in objective control, you guys can see in the top middle of the map, you're wanting to get 600 points. And I think if you get a point a second for each point you control. I think in this mode, if you get a kill on an enemy, that's 10 points. So, of course, as is with most objective controls, you control the points, you control the game. You usually won't have any problems doing that. There you go. And another way of kind of helping the teammates out with the firewall, kind of as I learned to use that and zone enemies out, especially when they're low health. That way their allies, they can't get healed by their allies. And as you see, like, Demon knows full well, hey, we gotta take this healer out, but his teammates apparently did not know that. Oh, that was Maeve, the older woman, using the little cage and whatnot. Okay, I think at this point we start. Our team has definitely gotten a pretty good grasp of how the game works, and we kind of sit down and hunker down and collect as many points as we can and just pick them off as they're walking out. I think at this point we know, like, hey, we've got them on the ropes. We're gonna take them down. But no, as we're jumping through here, like, thoughts on the game is it was pretty fun. I think this is, I think it's going to be free to play when it comes out. But the character is unique. I should have something in here showing the characters off a little bit. Okay, boom, there's me controlling, getting the other point. And one thing I think the other team didn't realize or pay attention to when getting those, but as it says, you know, I can definitely see, especially in here, like, where the teamwork matters, and it really helps out. If everybody knows their role and knows what they can do, I can clearly see, if you pay attention, you kind of see him pop up. You knew he was coming towards me. I knew he was coming for me. Okay, firewall, protect myself. And of course, you saw I can still attack or heal my teammates in there. And then boom, there's a little healing action going on there. Yeah, and I think they started getting smart near the end there. It's like, hey, we got to take this guy out. He's killing us. He is hurting us bad. And so, yeah, they start picking on me a little bit. You guys got to remember, you go for the healer first, man. Go for the white mage. Take him down. But as you guys can see from the score, it almost doesn't matter. I think this is the tail end of it here. I think I go out and I land up right in front of point C. I collect it right as we get a kill. And boom, it's done. And we get the victory, which is pretty one-sided, but still fun. It's still a cool way. I hope to kind of give you guys a taste of the combat and kind of see how the combat flows and how everything kind of went. In that was my first match that I ever played here on Bleeding Edge, so it was pretty cool, pretty fun. I had a good time with it. I could definitely see how the team-based combat is going to work, and like how each hero has their different maneuvers and whatnot. So it'll be something pretty cool. Yeah, wanted to give you guys a quick look here at some of the characters here. You can kind of see the character selection screen. This character is one of the new ones I hadn't seen before, Cass, kind of the agile assassin here. Kind of flip over here. Here's Maeve, who I'd mentioned. If I had mentioned sometime in the video, I'll mention her. She like range caster, Nidhogger, who you play through in the earlier demo, and Gizmo, of course, if you play in the earlier tutorials as well. You can kind of see the whole list of characters there. There's Buttercup. Oh my God, she's a beast tank. But they're pretty cool in and of itself here, and they've got a lot of unique characters here that you guys should definitely check out. But guys, that's it. That's really all I've got to show here with Bleeding Edge in this quick look, his first quick look of many, I hope. You kind of see me poking through. There's Damon and some of the other characters here. I'll flip through here as I'm going through the, I think like the kind of upgrade perks, and I didn't really get a chance to dive too much in the system. But hopefully I will be able to very soon here. This game is from Ninja Theory, published by Xbox Game Studios here. It's going to come out on the Xbox One and Windows 10 on March 21st, or March 24th, 2020. It's actually going to be a cross-platform play game too, so if you're playing on Windows, you'll be able to play on Xbox One against Xbox One players and vice versa, which will be pretty awesome there. So not too long we have to wait for this game, but figured since the beta came out, I'd give you guys a quick look, tongue-in-cheek comment there, on how the game plays and looks, and what you guys think of it. So what do you guys think of the video? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you like the commentary? Like what we thought about it? Let us know definitely in the comments there. Don't forget to like and subscribe us here on YouTube.com/RocketPunchGo. That way you'll know each and every time we push any new videos live. And of course, as always, guys, be sure to check out all of our content on RocketPunchGo.com. Till then, guys, we'll see you later.